Morning folks, welcome to day 12 of Horners Coast to Coast. You find me outside the, I think, what was this one called? The Wainstones Hotel. Extremely comfortable bed, actually. Could have stayed in it a lot longer, but we've got an 18-mile tab today, so need to get up and running. It's 8:45. The little sort of minivan thing has just gone without me, so that's not a great start, even though I was stood at reception with them messing around with the card machine. Anyway, minor setback. Weather is similar to yesterday. There's blue skies, but it really is quite chilly. In terms of where we're going today, I'm going back down to Claybank Top where I got picked up last night. It's only a couple of miles down the road, but it's a very busy road. So the hotel do a little shuttle, so that's handy. And we're going over from there to Glaisdale. There's one very steep hill at the start, and then after that it's pretty level slash downhill, so that's a good thing. I mean, 18 miles, I guess we'd be looking at probably 7.5 hours all in, maybe 8 hours with the climbing. Plan is, I've identified a place called the Lion, which is almost at the exact halfway point, so I'm hoping to get there. It's 10 to 9 now, let's say we'll get going by 9. If I could get there for 12:30, I'd be delighted. It looks like they do a proper bit of snap there, so the plan is get to this Lion place, have some lunch, and then do the second half and maybe roll into Glaisdale at 6ish. That's the plan. Let's see how we get on. Although the bed was really comfortable, the room was like an absolute furnace. Heating turned up to max. I used that to my advantage though, and I've washed all of my socks and a few other bits last night and managed to get them dry on the furnace like radiators, so that's good. Got a nice clean pair of socks on today. Right, the hair is running. That was annoying. I had to wait half an hour for that shuttle in the end. I missed my slot while reception were fannying around with the card machine, so I'm half an hour later setting off, but it's still only 9:30. It's an absolutely gorgeous, if slightly chilly day here in North Yorkshire. Right, just finished the first serious climb of the day. Once again, I'm alone on the moors, just me and the sheep. I'm thinking that elevation above me, that might be the highest point on the route today, in which case, in terms of climbing, I've already done most of the heavy lifting, and that is a bit of a confidence booster. Right, I'm on the top of the moor now, and this is really nice easy trail. It looks like they've brought sand up here, presumably to keep it dry, so this is just a nice wide, almost flat trail right across the top of the moor. Obviously we'll have to come down at some stage, but for the time being this is a gentle stroll really. Right, I've just joined up, the path's come from over there. I've just joined up with this, which is apparently a disused railway track. Obviously it's been hardcored over. Not sure whether it's a passenger railway. I mean, we're pretty high up here, I can't imagine it would have been a very reliable service, or maybe it was something to do with mining. I'll have to have a look later. Right, I'm just approaching a crossing point. This is where, so we've been following the Cleveland Trail, which sort of coexists with the coast to coast. We've been following the Cleveland Trail for the last day and a bit. That now heads off in that direction. This is the first coast to coast sign I've seen for a couple of days, but as you can see, we're carrying straight on. Blakey Ridge is where this Lion pub is. I can hear the RAF are definitely on manoeuvres today. Not sure what the nearest base is, but for the last 45 minutes all I can hear is very loud aircraft. I can't see them though, they must be in the clouds somewhere, definitely over that way. But yeah, actually, at first I thought it was a commercial liner, but it's been going on for about 45 minutes, so I suspect it's the RAF on manoeuvres. You can clearly see here that we're still on the disused railway. from the embankment. This is all just raised up above the bog below on an embankment. Looks like I'm actually catching some folk up there in the near distance. I've not actually seen another human being since leaving Claytop Bank, which was well over 2 hours ago. Very solitary morning. Well, up there in the distance, that might be my first glance of the Lion. I do know it's the 4th highest pub in the whole of the... Right, we've reached the Lion, as well as being one of the highest pubs. I'm guessing it must be one of the most remote. It's pretty wild up here. Imagine a few people get snowed in. There we go, Theakston's. I can hear the telltale sound of casks being loaded. When I came in, they had the Charltons on, so that was a nice surprise. But even better, they've got Old Peculier on cask. Doesn't get more OG than being in the North Yorkshire Moors drinking Theakston's Old Peculier. Once in a lifetime experience. Well, that was a cracking lunch. I'd really recommend this spot to anybody. They've got some vacancies for B&B tonight, and it was tempting to change my plans, but that'll just put everything out of sync. Beautiful ham sandwich, thick cut ham, homemade chips, really nice, really filling. But we've still got another 9 miles to go, so can't get too comfortable. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're right in the solitude of the moors again. But I'd been looking out for this. This thing here is like a rudimentary cross. It's known locally as Fat Betty. I had read that you were meant to leave some food offering there and take a food offering, but there is no food there. So I don't know if people stopped doing it or the animals have had it all. Anyway, I'm not going to leave out because there's nothing to take. Right, best view yet of the North Sea. It's in touching distance, almost. It's got very cold and windy up here on the top though, gotta be honest. Quite chilly, quite fresh. Brilliant. Just seen a signpost for Glaisdale. That's where my digs are tonight. It's only another 6 miles. There's also a coast to coastway mark. I've not seen one of those for a good few hours. In fact, it's very badly marked on the moors there. Right, 6 hours, what's that? I'm doing 17 minutes a mile on the flat, so it's going to be nearly 7 o'clock. Right, ladies and gents, I don't know who makes the names up around here, but that valley is actually called Great Fryup Dale. Here it is in the map, Great Fryup Dale, what a name. Right, that's where we've come from, the west, where the sun is starting to get a bit lower. One thing that's really staggering is just how well defined the start and end of the moor is. It just kind of stops. It's sort of unlike the Pennines where you think, oh, in the Pennines, yeah, it's starting to get a bit higher. The moor just finishes. It's weird. Right, it's now 3 hours since I left the Lion. I've just been tabbing across the moor in all that time, not really stopped. I've not seen another single person. It's very peaceful, but it's also gone very cold. I've only got shorts on, and I sent my trousers home, so they're not an option. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe another half an hour, depends how steep the descent is, but hopefully half an hour or so I'll be somewhere warm. There we have it, that's my B&B for the night, the Arncliffe Arms. I can smell the frying food from here, thank goodness. It's gone really cold now. It's going to be 4 degrees here this evening, according to the weather forecast. That seems chilly for September, even in Yorkshire. Right, good evening. It's Horners here. Wrap up from day 12. Interesting place. There's a wake on full of North Yorkshire folk, and it's pretty rowdy in here. I've had a nice haddock and chips. I'm just having a nice malt whiskey. They have 35ml measures here. Funny enough, there was another pub on the route that also had the oversized measures, so that's a good thing. It's something I remember from being a kid. In terms of today's walk, at times it's brilliant, at times it was just a little bit bleak on the moors, but it was mercifully flat. We did 18.5 miles in the end. And I think that's it. I think that's the last big one. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to keep it short. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.